A new poll shows 49% of all Aussies want Muslim immigration banned. One Nation Senator Malcolm Roberts shares his views on the subject. Courtesy The Project panelists were gobsmacked when Malcolm Roberts, the right-hand man of Pauline Hanson, appeared to suggest Muslims should be deported from Australia. The climate skeptic senator, who has already made a name for himself demanding Australia making an Oz exit from the socialistic, monolithic United Nations, was on the Channel 10 show to talk about new research that showed 49% of Australians supported banning immigration by Muslims. Peter Hellier asked the Queensland senator, "How far does it go? Do we deport Muslims who are living here? Should the man who usually sits to my left, Waleed, be deported or relegated to breakfast TV in Syria? What are you suggesting?" Quote, Hellier said. Rather than answering the question, Senator Roberts took aim at Ali, who was off sick. "No, but it would be nice if Waleed actually condemned and didn't condone Islamic terrorism. Wouldn't that be a good start?" The stunned panel left it to journalist Hamish MacDonald to answer. "Just for the record, I don't think anyone needs to say anything. But quite clearly, Ali does condemn terrorism," MacDonald said. But Mr. MacDonald is so riled he forgot the politician name. Signing off, Senator, what's his name? Thank you very much. Earlier the pair had clashed over Senator Roberts' claim, first raised by One Nation leader Pauline Hanson, that Australia was being swamped by Muslims. Mr. MacDonald asked how fast the numbers of Muslims coming to Australia was rising. Senator Roberts couldn't reply, only saying that had an advisor looking into it. "You don't know that, but you think we're being swamped," said Mr. MacDonald. "Our culture is being swamped is what we're discussing. And that's certainly true," the senator replied. In his maiden speech to Parliament earlier this month, Senator Roberts said the UN was destroying Australia's sovereignty through deals such as Agenda 21 Inches, a non-binding agreement that surrounded sustainable development. Australian values and way of life are also at risk from insidious institutions such as the unelected swill that is the United Nations. Quote, Senator Roberts said, "Australia must leave the UN. We need an Oz exit." In August he clashed with British physicist Professor Brian Cox on the ABC's Q&A. Professor Cox said, "The absolute consensus is that human action is leading to an increase in average temperatures." Absolute consensus. I know you may try to argue with that, but you can't. Mr. Roberts said he was unconvinced by climate change research and that, if he were in government, he would want to see empirical data that climate change is the result of human activity before sacking the country's climate scientists. This was despite Professor Cox holding up a series of graphs with the data showing that average temperatures had indeed risen.